Bro, I really hope this doesn't start tweaking on me. Because I need help. I need to be able to see this clearly. I need people to be able to see it too. Hold on. Okay. And this Leo man that is significant, he, oh my gosh, he would have to be over the age. He would have. He was my grandpa when I was a Capricorn woman in a past life, and he needs to know something's not right, Leo. And I've been looking for him. He's chocolate. I feel like he would be connected to like a air sign or like a I don't know, like an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You're like, yeah, I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm getting air in my family, but he was Father Rodell's family. Okay, and it was when I was the I don't. Okay, hopefully it worked now. I don't know. I just had to log off and come back on. I'm looking for the Leo man. He's a chocolate man. You're like, yeah, he's a dark skinned man. Sorry about that, you guys. Um, and I'm trying to show you his Bitmoji. Let me share the screen. I need to find him because he's a solution connected to me being a Capricorn in a past life and the missing children. I need to know what happened, Leo. Spirit shows me this Leo man. He can't be um any younger than at least 70 years old, 80. He could even get in his 80s. Because what Spirit shows me is he could be in his 90s, because what Spirit shows me is he was my grandpa as Cappy, connected to Father Rodell. You're like, yeah, yes. He would know how my children how they went missing, how they started over. He needs me to remember Kenny would be older. Hold on, let me get off and see where this nigga is. This grandpa, he's a Leo. Kenny would be older. My past life son Kenny, you're like, yeah, he was Kendrick's soul. He would be older though than or wait, would he be older or younger? He would be old. He'll be older. Okay. Yeah. Then my Taurus. The Gemini will be older than the Taurus. You're like, yeah, I think so. Here's Grandpa. Okay, this is the Leo. I need to find him. What Spirit shows me is he was around my Taurus in a past life, and for me, but it was this life. When the Taurus was a little boy, you're like, yeah, okay. And he was around my Taurus. Spirit shows me he would know my Taurus today, and that my Taurus. I said, where did I take my Taurus in a past life before I left my Taurus behind, and I had to go do protective work in a community? Spirit showed me you left him with the Leo man, the grandpa. I said, oh shoot, when I was Cappy, grandpa, he also took care of Kenny for a little bit. And so Spirit shows me grandpa, he would know that he would know my Taurus. You're like, yeah. He would know that I gave the Taurus to him, and he would have had a wife at the time. There would have been a grandma. It would have been Granny and Grandpa. Okay. And he needs to know that that was me that gave him the Taurus. And he needs to know that DDG was connected to that too in the past life, and that we died, and that's not them. That's not the real version. You're like, no, no. Okay. Somebody playing Libra and Cappy. He needs to also know that my child remembers. Okay. You're like, yeah, there's some stories. He needs to also know that some got to do with him and my child knowing each other today and being raised under the Leo's home with a granny in the same community, Leo. Okay. I said, how close would they be? No, like he would remember you bringing him to raise him. And he had a wife. It was your grandma as Cappy. And they were raising. I said, who all knows the Leo man? The Spirit said, a Gemini and a Libra, Aquarius. I don't know. Okay, the air signs. All right. Somebody can help me. Yeah, with the Aries. So this is the Leo. I need help with him. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's the King of Swords. I need you to help tell the Leo man. He's a solution. He ask him if he remember raising my child. Okay. He does. And there's a lack of closure. Yes. With the Cancer. Grandpa, I'm telling you, when I'm telling you what I'm saying, you're like, yeah. Grandpa? Hold on. Tell Grandpa my child remembers me living in Washington State when my child was only like 9-10 years old. My child told me that they mama was in Washington State at 9-10 years old when they was that age. Tell them that my son would have thought their mama was in the military. Could have been Aquarius in Washington. Connected to Rodell, could the Saggy. Scorpio, Taurus. Yeah. Tell them that my child got vague memories, but they know that I was labeled to have been living in Washington. 20, what would that be? Less than 30 years ago. You like, yeah, like 23 possibly. I don't give a fuck. 27. It was 20 years ago though. I would have been staying in Washington. However old the fuck I am around this time. We're done? No? Okay. 28. Bitch, you're done. Good Leo. In a past life. Okay. Gemini. He says 28 years ago. That's what he said. I was staying in Washington and his daddy was staying in Detroit. Or in Michigan. or in Pontiac. Wait, killed the Leo. What's that about? I need to understand why his daddy and I was at a distance from each other. What's that about? All right. And the Cancer, the Libra, Gemini. No, I get it. Okay, Grandpa, could the Leo. You're my solution, Grandpa. Could the Aries. You need to know they lie about my death. Okay. It was the Capricorn working with Uncle P. Diddy, and you're like, no, I know. And Fat Joe. She been working with the Aries man, the cross-eyed man. They've been trafficking all these fucking people in my city with the Aries, Aquarius, Scorpio, working together. They get caught because Grandpa remember the Leo. Now, you're like, that's with an Aquarius. That is my solution. He showed me that there's a lack of closure, that the Taurus is my solution. Now, the Taurus want me to tell him everything. I'm like, Taurus, little nigga, look. My boy, tell me everything, motherfucker. Tell me everything. See, the Taurus could take it. I'm trying to tell the Taurus, like, Taurus, you don't want to hear all that? You don't need all that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's different, right? When somebody really want to hear about the past lives, no, tell me. My mind is open. Huh. Does somebody want to hear? You want to know. Tell me everything that you've dreamed about me. And tell me all of it. He asked me. It's so hard for me to tell him. I was your mama, right? I'm your mama. No, that is so hard for me. So I have to ask him, sir. I have to act dumb and ask him certain questions to get him to tell me more. Just so I can go deeper. Like, okay, that's making sense. That's connecting. Could be dealing with Samuel, right? So we find the past lives. Good Libra, Cancer. We find out they were lying to us. Somebody's been playing my energy as Cappy. This bitch is dead, and I'm back, reincarnated. Somebody's also been playing DDG, the Libra. This nigga's dead. All right. Ace of Swords, he's back. We're around the same age or something. Spirit show me we died and we're under a curse, Leo. You're like, yeah, me and the Libra. Oh my God. You're like, yeah. The Geminis too. Kendrick's under a fucking curse. All of us, bro. I don't know how this happened. You're like, yeah. It's a lot of us. So it's when I was Cappy. But my thing is, when I was Jamila, you're like, yeah. Because how old is Michael B. Jordan? Is what I'm saying. But Spirit show me the Leo's confirmation is them lying about where my son was born. Spirit say, you know that he wasn't born in Michigan. I said, no fucking way. I said, that was what was the lie. They lied about his birth. And I was like, why would they? Because somebody is trafficking him. Something here is backfiring. You dumb bitch, dumb niggas. I'm irritated, bro. And that's why they've been abusing me out here. They've been trying to play my life since fucking, bitch, 1988. I don't give a fuck. Somebody been trying to play me since, bitch, 1994, 97. Bitch, somebody's still playing this bitch. I don't know how they doing it. I do not know, Spirit. I don't know. Where the, hold on, Leo. I need him to know what I'm talking about. So he gonna help me? You're like, he gonna get a bitch trying to get caught up. You dumb bitch. Somebody's not real daddy, real mommy. I'm trying to figure out how we've been stuck in this trafficking curse. Pissing me the fuck off. So how old is Michael B. Jordan? That was the question. Yeah, look him up. Yeah, Michael. Because when I was Jamila, that's my only reason. I need to make sure I'm not crazy. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am. It's okay. So Michael B., how old is he? 38. Yes, something happened. And when I told you guys, he's a year older. Michael B. Jordan is a year older than the Taurus. You're like, yeah, in age, right? In numbers. But listen, you're like, yeah, just hear me out. Remember when I told you guys when I was in a past life before I came back here, I remember being in Aquarius. The fact that I remember us getting stuck, having dreams of us being in a metaphysical world, and then coming from a metaphysical world to now going into a simulated world, you're like, yeah, showed me that they were doing time travel or something. Something is wrong with the time. I told you that people look, for some of you, 50 years old, and they could be, I'm telling you, over 150 years old. They've been putting people to sleep. I told you I've seen the monitors, I've seen the beds, I've seen the helmets that they put on the heads to do the memory transfers, and all. I've seen it. You're like, yeah, in my dreams. And so the movies aren't lies. But what I need to know and I need to understand is How did they keep us all stuck in 1990? It was 96 or 90. It's in the 90s. We got stuck in the 90s. You're like, we had to have. We would have had to. What happened? And every time I ask spirit, they always talk about the unnatural disaster. How does that? I don't understand that, spirit. They talk about us getting stuck in time, and that we've been going in circles. And that's why I had dreams of me already hearing different dates that already passed. I've dreamed of me here in 2022, nigga, in 2023, in 2024. Me talking about different fucking times and dates in my dreams, though. Why am I dreaming of me talking about a past event if it didn't already happen? No, I don't understand this. So we've already been in the year 2022 before. This isn't our first time in 2022. No, okay. So something here feels like Groundhog's Day. You know what I'm saying? It's every day's the same. It's over again. And then they think I'm crazy, but it's like, you got to make it make sense then. Because how are they all years back to back in number? But I'm remembering shit and having dreams of shit that people remembering that are only 40, 50 years older than me today. I'm confused. They did something. You're like, no, something's not right. All right. I gotta go. I might still go to the store. He's dumb as fuck. Look at the Taurus Aquarius. I should go. All I know is that I need the Leo to help me. He needs to just remember me giving him my son, the Taurus. He should remember raising the Taurus in his community when I left the state as Cappy. You're like, yeah, before the Taurus was 9 years old. You're like, yeah. He needs to remember somebody being mad at me being in a relationship. You need to remember my relationship, me leaving with a Libra. You need to remember DDG, his father, and you need to help me understand who the fuck was helping you raise this nigga. Somebody who was jealous with the Cancer. Jealous bitches and niggas. Granny wasn't hating, but why were these other people hating? Leo. Okay, I get it. With the Gemini. Aries. Trying to act like they father and shit. These niggas. So somebody was playing daddy. You get the confirmation with the Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Scorpio. Because we wasn't around no more and you was helping them, Leo. Somebody done put you under that gin and juice. Somebody had you off the magic with the Taurus, Leo, kissed by Scorpio, Libra. All right, with the Sag. Don't get mad at me. Hey, I remember you left. Okay, so you remember when I left to Washington? I remember. Okay. I never came back, Leo. Feel the Pisces. Libra. I never survived, Leo. That's when I died, Leo. You died in Washington is Cappy, Leo. That's your confirmation. I died in Washington is Cappy. Some guy do a Father Rodell. Feel the Pisces. Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Saggy. And them same motherfuckers who set me up and killed me in the past life still been out here fucking kicking a day on my soul, yeah? Playing and shit, doing that AI, doing that cloning, playing my identity, out here going back and forth, back and forth. Now you would never know. I told you what they was doing in my dreams out here in Washington with the Aries. They set me the fuck up. Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius. I never came back. That's why the bitch was out here. That's why it's all coming back to Washington. All the people being trafficked connect to that Capricorn bitch, connect to that Aries man, connect to these people. I said, why is it coming back to Washington? Because they followed me here. They killed me here as Cappy with the Scorpio. And they thought I was going to forget. My father, my mother being Erykah Badu, my family. With the, how do we all... No. Something's dark. I'm scared. That's scary for me, Leo. A whole 20-something years of your life, you thought I was still here. I was not here, Leo. That's scary to me, Leo. What type of magic is this, Papa? With the Libra. So you thought we never died. Because the Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio. But you remember. I remember. Okay, so he's going to remember that? Me leaving, me giving him my son to take care of. He don't know that I didn't come. He don't know I died in Washington as Cappy. I died in Washington. That's why Washington's significant. Father Rodell died in Washington. You're like, yeah? Seattle. Yeah. He died in Washington. Kendrick died in Washington. Ace of Swords. It's you, Washington. But I was just trying to figure out why y'all still out here in government and shit playing with me today like y'all don't remember just killing me over 20 years ago. I'm so confused. And how did you line it up like that to where my children's past life ages are back to back? But nigga, I can remember every zodiac sign I was for every motherfucking child. I'm confused. Was I the same bitch? Did you just keep changing my zodiac sign? Was I just getting trafficked? I don't fucking with the Ace of Swords. I could be doing the bitch who kept getting robbed, who kept getting changed, who kept getting identity switched. Who was Scorpio? Cancer, I don't know. Was that the same bitch with all them kids? I don't think this pussy's big enough for that. Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't think this pussy's big enough for that. Look at Aquarius. You have to make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. All right. So Spirit keeps showing me the unnatural disaster. Go back. Don't talk about those. All right. Somebody has to with the Saggy. Virgo. That's what we're worried about. That's what Spirit don't like. It's those for me, Tiori. That's how they're getting us stuck. That's the Wizard of Oz, Tiori. That is the Wizard of Oz, Tiori. Waiting for Dorothy to come back home. Tiori with the Cancer. That's it. That's it. I gotta go. You guys have a great night. Bye.